cannot be non-existent. By definition, it is non-existent.
Oh, Matt.
I think I was Sharon Tate in the 60s.
Oh, yeah? Okay.
Pretty sure I got murdered.
Murder. Well, this is going to be the version of me until I die, I can tell.
It's way better. You're
No,
gonna
that's
you're
not
gonna
true,
level
bro.
up.
Shut up, Pauly Shore, buddy. Cruizin.
Pauly, at Matthew Santoro. Love your stuff.
Thanks.
That's time, Matt.
Cruizin,
Sometime, buddy.
Yeah.
Welcome to Discipline Stoners, the gateway drug to mindfulness. Look deeper.
To think that we started this podcast to fight a stigma, only to uncover so much love that we realized that you can't put your energy anywhere but what you want.
Look deeper.
And what we want is authentic conversation. What we want is quality medicine. What we enjoy is each other.
We get to learn from our guests. Manifest the best. I would manifest this.
Part of the magic of the plant is how it uncovers what you've been hiding away.
So much love.
Look deeper. Feel more. Tune in.
So much love. Look deeper.
We're not here to be lazy.
Welcome to Discipline Stoners.
We're not here to distract ourselves.
The gateway drug to mindfulness.
We're here to learn. We're here to grow.
You ready? Have a great show. And welcome back to another episode of Discipline Stoners. I'm your host, Ellevan.
My name is Winnie, and we are the gateway drug to mindfulness.
And today,
our best friend is back.
we got a round tour. We got our
Round two.
Our brethren, who's an OG YouTuber, who was one of our closest pals, really. And we'll get into the story of what we do. But please get your joints out. What else, Win?
Please get your
joints up for our friend, your friend, Matthew Santoro.
Hold on. Before we begin, let me channel my inner alien.
And good day, how are you?
Good day to you.
I'm talking about Bashar.
I wish I could do that so bad.
You cannot be non-existent. By definition, it is non-existent.
So, channelers, we're going right into channelers.
Yeah, man. If you guys haven't seen Bashar on YouTube, look him up. I discovered him on TikTok. And yeah, that's how I discovered the clips. And I don't know, there's something that just drew me to it. To that man or the alien.
Attractive. Like
his energy is, he's a very good
magnetic.
speaker. Yeah.
For those of you who don't know Bashar, it's a channeler, and people bring, similar to Abraham Hicks, life issues, and he offers such clarity in his response that you know it's from a non-human.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a perfect way to put it.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and he is quite blunt, I
Yes.
find, which I actually, because we were talking about another channeler called Abraham Hicks, which you guys know we've talked about her a lot, but I actually find Bashar, like if I'm in a lower frequency,
Yeah.
I can't fuck with Bashar because he triggers me.
Because
Because he's like, no, like you're the prop, like he's so, I find that he's
Well,
he's
because
quite blunt.
people will be like, and if my life is working out like that, and he's like, if you say so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're like, man,
you,
fuck.
You will continue deciding your fate.
Yeah.
Question. Do you have a soul? Yes. No. You are a
Or
soul.
You went down a rabbit hole.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Dude, every like third video is recommended as Bashar.
Isn't it lovely to catch an inspiration, catch
Yeah.
a vibe?
Well, it raises my frequency every
Yes.
time. Are the levels good, homie?
I think so.
Okay, cool. Just
Yeah.
making sure. Yeah, it raises my frequency every time I see him pop up.
Yeah.
It's really great. And I love the way that he speaks like as if he's an alien. Like he says, on your planet, you cannot not exist.
Yeah. This is so good. Raising your vibration, this is the shit. This is what we've been exploring together basically ever since we become friends.
There's more stuff coming out. The U.S. government keeps like dropping little like there are aliens among us. I don't know.
No,
if
they
you
did.
guys
They
saw that
acknowledged
recently.
it.
Yeah.
Well,
Recently.
they acknowledged UFOs, or what they call UAEs, or whatever they're called now. But
They've now acknowledged
Yeah.
that there has been like extraterrestrial communication. Like, so I don't know what that means. but
Roswell,
they
the
say
whole thing.
communication. So with humans, like
Yeah.
humans and like unidentified
I
beings.
think the reason that we haven't openly communicated with aliens, like as if like they haven't come out and been like, "Hey, we're here," is because our frequency is still way too
At
low on
war.
this, on
We're
this
still
planet.
at war.
Like they would not. I don't think we'd be able to handle them. I think they would be. I think they're much more advanced in terms of spirituality, and I think that they get it. And I think that we're still in our baby infancy days.
Yeah.
Like if you think about it, Christ came 2,000 years ago, and we're still trying to figure out what that guy said. 2,000 years. You would think in all that time we'd be like, oh, we got it. It's just love and acceptance now, and we love everything's good. And it's like, no, we're like we're still mad about everything.
because we love to solve problems.
And the aliens are like, nah, these guys.
History,
We'll just send Bashar.
History-based thinking or matter-based thinking is always cause for confusion. Same with details.
Do you think that they came when we started fucking with atomic bombs and they were like, yo, you guys need to
course.
chill the fuck out?
I think they've intervened to a degree here and there, but not in any way that we would ever actively know.
We don't know anything, bro.
Yeah.
Whatever the tube tells most people is what they believe.
Tell us if this gets too much.
No, I'm good.
We'll keep
I
going.
have a sensitivity to smoke, which is ironic because I'm on the podcast. But yeah, every time I'm over your guys' house, because it's always filled with smoke, within like 10 minutes, I get really lightheaded.
Matt's
like
telling on us.
I don't. Well, no. Yeah, it's a secret that you guys smoke so much. It's a secret.
No.
But yeah, I always get lightheaded.
I know.
I wish I didn't.
We need to hydrate you upon entry.
Yeah.
I drink a gallon of water a day. It's not that. I just have a sensitivity
You've
to
been
it.
looking great, bro, lately.
Thank you, and I'm glad you brought that up.
This year, you've been really focused. I do want to get back to matter-based thinking, aliens, and
Well, I wanna stick with what you just said.
How Bashar is actually multidimensional, and we're channeling different dimensions. But let's move on to body positivity.
Well, what you just said about that, I wanted to address that because this to me is like my comeback special. Because,
yes, let's go.
Well, because the first episode I wasn't happy with only because it wasn't the stories. Like I liked everything about the episode.
Yeah,
it's
good.
just I wasn't happy with my performance because I wasn't in a good place at
Yeah.
that time. The stories were amazing. We had some very funny stories and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
But when it came out, it made me realize like, damn, I still got some work to do. I still had a lot of resentment towards certain people.
Yeah.
Towards the world even.
Yeah.
I wasn't in the shape I wanted to be in. I'm now in almost the best shape of my whole life.
Yeah.
I'm dating again.
Hey,
you know, like
Stella got her groove back, baby.
yeah, like there's a lot of really, really positive things happening in my life. My content is about to triple.
Yep.
And I just hired 2 writers, guys that I've known almost my whole life, many, many years now. And I have an editor now, and things are just going really well. I'm going to start traveling. And
You're back into it since like
I'm
first-
back in flow.
When I met you, and
but I'm
you
not
were in
just.
LA.
But I'm not just in back in flow. I'm back in flow and much wiser and much
Yeah.
stronger. And I think there's something to be said about that
Yeah.
because it's one thing to hit a slump and then come back and be like, oh, that was rough. But it's another to hit a slump like that, like I did, and to come back and to know that you are stronger, wiser, in flow. And I think the biggest thing that the last 3 years has taught me is genuinely not to care what other people think about you.
Amen.
And that and I know that is the hardest thing to do, especially in our world, in a world where everybody just wants like
Love.
clout and acceptance. But it's always been like that. That's human nature. We want acceptance in society, right? That's why so many things happen over the last 3 years, because people just go with the flow because they don't want to be ostracized. We don't give a shit about that. We'll be ostracized because we believe what we believe.
Well, we're the only kids that were always doing their own thing anyway. So.
Exactly. And so what I realized over the last 3 years is, you know what? It doesn't matter. Nothing matters. You can be, ostracized no matter if you're good to people or not. So stick to your beliefs and not just that, but genuinely don't care what people think about you. And
Easier said than done, though.
Way harder said than done.
What
But
do you
I
do
think
when your internal dialogue tells you that person thinks you're fucking stupid?
Yeah, but
You know?
brother, once
do
you're
you do?
betrayed enough times.
No, it's not about being betrayed. It's about you and you.
No, I'm telling you from my perspective.
Okay.
For me, that's what unlocked it for me. Was after I had enough, let's say,
Letdown.
social problems.
It's like you couldn't
letdowns.
do anything right.
Letdowns might be a
almost.
better word. Yeah.
Sure.
It's like once I had enough letdowns, not just in my personal life, but even in like the online world, just weird things happen.
You just can't have expectation
And
for
I was like,
anyone to
oh,
be anyone in which way.
Yeah, I was like, it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, I just need to be the best person I can be, and I genuinely don't care what people think about me
Yeah.
anymore.
That's
and
it.
it is the most freeing thing.
Yeah.
Talk to God.
Bro, it
Talk
is the
to
most
God,
freeing
bro.
thing in the world, man.
Praise Krishna, man. Like, what the fuck?
When
We
you
don't
get
need
to that
anyone
point,
else.
oh, dude, it's truly amazing.
Yes.
I don't think I'm quite there yet, and I like really think that I judge myself a lot. Like I pick out the things that I don't like about myself and just harp on them. So I don't think I'm quite there yet, but I will say that I understand, like I very much understand, because you're like, it's like you, because I've always wanted to be loved. You know, that's like everything that I've ever done. It has been driven out of like, let me tell you why you should love me, and then I see the outcome of that, which is usually good, because I usually bend over backwards and make myself into something that I've never been or never was. To like guarantee that people will like me, you know, and when people didn't like me, I would work I'd double down. I'd figure out like what their interests were. I'd talk to them about that. And when I finally realized that like people are for sure gonna think things about you sometimes that are true and sometimes that aren't true, but regardless, it's gonna happen.
Yep.
It's gonna happen. So I had to become very specific about my core beliefs.
Yep.
Because now when I'm triggered in that way, oh, this person's saying shit about me or whatever, I'm seeing something that I don't like or I wish someone would like me, I go back to my core beliefs. And if I'm in alignment with those beliefs, then it's easier to let that sort of trigger pain body diminish.
Definitely. And, you know, as a creator myself, one thing I've learned is the bigger you get, the more wild assumptions people make about you. And not just assumptions,
Yeah.
but the more wild things people state as fact that aren't fact. Like, people, like, I no specific examples, but...
That's true.
Yeah, like things over the last, I would say, maybe 3 weeks I've seen in certain areas of the internet are, like, people are say the most wild stuff, not just about me, but, like, other creators that are bigger than me. I'm like, I'm reading some of
just
the things that people say, and I'm like, these are wild, not just assumptions, but statements. Like, sometimes people say things like I don't know, on Twitter.
accusations.
Yo,
Yeah,
but on
it's-
psychology of humans, if you think about the dopamine drip of the moves we make, it's like relevant reference of a notable person, so maybe I can get some attention, and then like something juicy, so then like we draw in low frequency negative people. It's like the basic duh math of humans. So as soon as you see anyone talking shit, it's very low frequency. And I did want to give you a compliment. So you've always been a critical thinker and follow your heart.
Can I ask you guys something? How come?
Yes. Yes.
How come, like, when you say get, like, a good comment, right? Like, how come the high of positive things doesn't feel equivalent to the low of negative things?
Because we are a fear-based species, we always have been, and we are wired to look for the negative. That's why we've...
Isn't it easy to channel like Bashar when you hear his? You can almost hear what they would say.
That's why that's why we're the apex species. That's why we have evolved and survived for so long, because thousands of years ago, when, you know, there were real threats outside of the cave, we had to be afraid of everything. We had
Figure
to
it out.
focus on the negative
Yeah.
to survive. But
Yeah.
the problem is we've evolved to such a state now
We're good.
where we are never actually in danger. I mean, obviously there are some people that live in danger, but
there's
like
police
for the
you can
vast
call.
for the vast majority of North Americans, your biggest problem is that, Uber currently has a surcharge because it's busy right now. Like we no longer live in a world, the vast majority of us, where there are imminent threats, but we still have that part of our brain that says, look for the negative because you could be in danger, and we haven't evolved to that point yet. Like probably Bashar has.
That's why it's important to like pick your own adventure. Like if you can get to a place where you're choosing what your challenges are, whoa, that's privilege. Hello.
If that's your biggest problem, you're doing pretty good.
That's
Yeah.
true.
You're doing pretty good.
You create your own reality by what you focus on, like use gratitude, like this is a blessing, like all these simple, beautiful you'll notice about real wisdom, it's simple. It's simple. And it's been there the whole time. Like, be grateful for what you have is happiness. Oh, simple. In the true depths of wisdom, anything outside of simply controlling your own emotions and bettering yourself and raising your own vibration and raising the frequency by you only, because only you can control you. And if on Earth everyone did that, the frequency would just slowly get higher. But it has to be everyone. So I can't do yours, you can't do mine, but I can vibrate high and you can go, hey, maybe I'll try meditation. It can be another thing that inspires, but you can't control.
I always want young people to challenge me.
Yes.
I might not agree with what they're proposing, but I don't want to live in a world where everyone agrees.
That's facts.
There
should be diversity
I
of thought.
I definitely want to be in a place where I can, just think about things. Where, maybe I didn't think about it like that. Thank you so much.
Like
for-
aliens.
Exactly, yeah.
It's a mark of sanity to question yourself. When anybody so thinks that they're right 100%, I'm like, well, it's insane. You're insane. Gotta be. You gotta be. Because, like, even if you know the person's, like, totally off, eventually I'm like, am I? Just because consciousness is everything. So if you think you're one thing, like the polarization of things or whatever, like if your identity is stuck in that, I struggle with my side of owning the polarization as well sometimes.
I like that. Make decisions.
Yeah.
Be here. Be a human being that has ideas and thoughts about how life should be. Go fucking for it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
I want to go back to the alien thing, though, not to non sequitur, but
Sure. I mean, it's all the same thing as diversity of thought.
yeah, but the Bashar thing and like as far as aliens go and all that, I got to look into Abraham Hicks more now.
Have you listened to Bashar's explanation of how humans came to be?
No, but I heard him talk about the pyramids. I thought that was cool.
Okay, nice. Yeah, he basically gives a rundown of the first humanoid people which were just like a mix with aliens basically, and it wasn't like we're not the first model. There were shittier models before us.
Oh yeah.
There were models that
we're dope.
the first model couldn't actually reproduce.
Oh.
Yeah, so they were made and then they all died off.
Oh damn.
Yeah, so
We had to
it's
become
really
one
cool.
with the-
I'll send it to you.
Yeah, please.
Yeah.
Yeah. The algorithm already knows I love that stuff.
Yeah, me too. I love it so much.
Yeah, it's very entertaining. I find it definitely raises my frequency.
I agree.
Yes.
I think I like him more than Abraham Hicks because I don't know, I just like his personality
She
more.
won't talk about aliens and shit.
Yeah.
She sticks to it's your choice. Always. It's your choice. It's your choice. That's her
And
only message.
She talks about life. Sometimes if my frequency isn't high enough, Abraham doesn't resonate because it's like, why are you talking about flying on an airplane right now? But then if you strap in for the whole 14-minute story, your fucking life will change.
I think
Yeah.
In that
I-
moment,
Yeah.
like your whole fucking shit will change if you strap in and you take her little gem and it's like a cracker or something. Like in my book, I talk about pizza. Like it's like if you just buy into the anecdotes, it's like holy shit.
I do think
she
the-
rearranged the furniture in my mind.
Bashar will cover a wider extent of topics.
Well, he's more direct too.
Yeah.
He's just direct.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he can give like it's the divine masculine and divine feminine. That's what it feels like to me. And one comes through a male and one comes through a female. It's pretty natural.
Yeah.
There's a beautiful balance to things, you know?
Indeed.
If you met an alien, where would you like to meet it? Like in a public place with other people, or in private where you could ask it?
I think if I met it in private, I think I would think I'm losing my mind.
Yeah.
Like I think it would be best in public, so I could be like, "You see that, right?"
At least with us.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
At least call
a couple
us.
people.
Yeah, like, hey, are you seeing that? Am I having a stroke? You see that alien? Okay, cool.
It's like, no, there's a guy right there.
I don't smell burnt toast. I think I'm okay.
Yeah.
Did you hear about the that thing that happened in Florida at the mall where like a bunch of
Oh,
cops
yeah.
were and some
So it's
some blue mans?
interdimensional beings.
Yeah.
Energy manifests in this world through the light that we can see through our limited sense of sight. Mm-hmm. There are multidimensional beings most likely around at all times that we just can't perceive.
Well, for me, when I think about aliens, I think a lot about like Project Bluebeam.
What's
What's
that?
Project Bluebeam?
Let's
Strap
go.
in for this.
Matt has bars today. He
Oh,
came back
shit.
with a vengeance.
Okay.
Santoro round 2.
All right.
Let's go.
No. You're not even. You're gonna love this.
I'm gonna love this.
You'll probably like it too.
I
I know he'll be more on. But anyway, so Project Bluebeam is in. I'm generalizing here, but Project Bluebeam is the concept that there will be an orchestrated, fake second coming of the Messiah, possibly aliens, but probably like the next Messiah that will be orchestrated, that will not actually be the next Messiah, but it will be a way to unite everyone under one religion and therefore a one world government, and like unite all humans under one, like a new world order type thing, but under the new Messiah. It's called Project Bluebeam. I highly recommend everybody look it up, because it's, when you read about it, you're like, damn, that could happen.
I
Well,
feel
what
like
did they just prepare everyone for? Why did they think to run mainstream game on mainstream media would be helpful, to see how compliant people would be?
Yeah. But think about how much more powerful. I mean, that was just the government pushing stuff. Could you imagine if, how, malleable people are when they still think the media is real, right? So could you imagine all those people, the media being like, well, the second coming of Christ is here and you have to be under this. And, and everybody starts pushing, like, you're not part of Pastafarianism, the noodle monster from the sky. Like,
Yeah.
wow, like, get him out of here, throw him in jail. That's the way people are going to be.
And then we'll be non-noodlers.
Yeah.
You're anti-noodle.
Yeah, exactly.
There was no noodle to begin with. That can't be anti-something. There wasn't.
You
the
didn't
thing.
swallow the noodly appendage?
No.
so.
That was sick.
So how will they? So you think that they're gonna create a system that the whole
I'll pull it up.
global community,
Lights. So the
or
lights.
the majority of the global community is like, we agree with this, we want unity, and
Okay, Project Bluebeam. Oh, did they like scrub the internet
They
of it?
scrubbed the internet of it.
No. Project Bluebeam is a conspiracy theory which claims that NASA, is attempting to implement a new age religion with the
NASA.
Antichrist at its head and start a new world order via a technologically simulated second coming.
Yep. Makes a lot of sense.
why?
Why? Well, there's a whole article on it. I encourage people to read about it.
If it's NASA, it's because they want to collect people to go to another planet.
Well, that's what the article says. If something like that did happen, it wouldn't be NASA. It would be the real people behind the scenes sort of running everything.
Walmart, Big Pharma, fucking
Little Caesars
Joe
Pizza. They
Rogan.
didn't give me my 2-for-1 coupon.
I love Little Caesars. I haven't
Why
had
is it
Crazy
so
Sticks.
good?
I haven't had Crazy Sticks in years.
Dude,
So good.
I don't eat pork.
I don't know if I've ever had Crazy Sticks.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
What are Crazy
I'm going to
Sticks?
really blow your mind. You ready for this? Next time
Next time.
you get pizza, just hear me out before you respond, okay?
Okay.
I can hear the judgment in the comments already. next time you order a pizza, see if they have vanilla dipping sauce. Domino's does.
Yep.
Order your pizza, get a
Cinnasticks.
side of no Cinnasticks. Just get the sauce and dip your pizza in it.
Oh yeah.
It
How
makes
could that
sense.
not be good?
You got sweet and you have salty. I promise you, I know what you're thinking. Try it. You can thank me later. Another thing you can thank me later for is
Vape.
milk. Oh, okay. Milk and Coke.
No.
No. Have you tried it?
Well, isn't that like
Have you
a
tried it?
Kahlua or something?
It's
I
yes
get-
or no? Have you tried it?
I get
No.
why it would work.
Have you
but
tried it?
No, I haven't.
It's like
Exactly.
a root beer float.
Exactly.
That
So
works.
a root beer float works, right? All that is the frozen version of what you're
frozen.
already adding.
When's the last time you had a root beer float?
Long time. I had milk and Coke the other night, though. It's fantastic.
Why? You just had that at home?
I happen to,
You happen to have
And you
milk
put
and
them
Coke
together?
simultaneously?
and I mix them.
So you buy Coca-Cola?
How does
Coca-Cola?
that?
You have a Coca-Cola at your home?
In the leche.
This guy has the most clean bachelor
Cleanest.
fridge I've ever seen. It's like all Fiji water,
AKA empty.
all Red Bull, and
Just empty.
spotless clean and water, and that's it.
Yeah,
And
you know why that is, though?
Sometimes a single Moet Chandon is chilling in his fridge
Yeah.
for no reason.
But you know the reason for that, though, right? Because I don't have self-control when it comes to food, and I know that about myself. I know my limits and my weaknesses. So if I do groceries, half the groceries are getting eaten the night I buy them. So
Yeah.
for me, what works is I go to the grocery store and I buy only what I need for that night. No,
mean,
but that's for
that's-
sure.
I mean, that's a blessed
no, but
position
order
to
like
be in.
yeah. Well, I mean, I live near a grocery store.
if you don't have to buy bulk, then it is the better,
I
cooler
mean-
way to do
no, but it's
things.
also good because you get to buy fresh.
Yeah.
Like if you want to buy
Buying
something fresh.
every day is fantastic.
Yeah, it's
very Italian of you.
Yeah, go to the market, get it fresh, nice. Bada boom.
Nice.
Look, you're all filled up now.
Yeah, my arms are full.
I know. I saw your memento mori. Where's that one? Is that on the other arm?
Yeah. I also gained quite a bit of muscle. Like,
Yeah.
This is free. This is free for you guys. You ready?
Whoa. Subscribe to his
my
OnlyFans.
only arms. No, but yeah, I'm getting like bigger
What
and
have
gaining
you
muscle.
done to get? Because you've been like Winnie ever since we've been friends. You've always had a little layer, but now you've cut it away.
I'm gaining it back a little bit.
That's okay.
But July. So I decided July 4th.
But you really cut though. What did you
Oh,
do
no,
for the past
yeah.
6 months?
Well, July 4th, I'm gonna go ham. Like that's the
you're
day.
gonna eat a lot of ham.
No, but for a month, July 4th to August 4th, I'm gonna go super hard, and that will be my 6-pack month. But the last like
Do you eat pork?
very rarely.
Very rarely.
But the last 20 days, today's day 120, I think, I've been running and lifting weights almost every single day.
Does that feel
Crazy.
good?
And eating properly. Although in the last like week, like I was seeing a girl, and it kind of, I let loose a little bit because I was like, feeling
One
good.
week in, this
Yeah,
guy's
but it was
already.
just, it was just 1 week, just 1 week.
Yeah,
That's good,
that's
yeah.
great.
But I feel
fine.
gross after it.
Indulgence.
I feel gross
Indulgence.
though, you know, when you're doing so well and you're like,
Gotta give
it's like
yourself-
vacation. It's like vacation.
Gotta give yourself
Yeah.
that sometimes and just live and be okay.
Yeah, we had
And forgive
a
yourself.
Krispy Kreme the other day, followed by
So
like
good.
delicious ice cream, and I did
So
not.
good.
I felt inflamed.
Followed by
the
Bomni
next day.
Boys.
Okay, so get a burger.
Burger.
And put it in between 2 Krispy Kreme donuts.
Yes, please.
That's wild.
Like
inside.
not a whole burger, just like
Whole
the
burger.
meat.
Oh, just the meat, yeah.
Yeah, the
Well, whatever would go
insides.
well with the burger, I mean, it's no buns, instead it's Krispy Kreme.
Do you
It's a great
still just do turkey wraps or turkey salads or what were you doing?
Chicken salads?
You were getting something.
I've been indulging a little bit lately.
What do you eat
I
at
get
home?
the epic Asiago chicken salad from Jack Astor's.
Hey,
It's amazing.
That's a big
It's
endorsement right
expensive-
there.
it's expensive,
Jack Astor's,
but-
you're welcome.
Yeah. No, it's good though.
They
I
do. They
love
got
a
good
big
chicken.
salad.
It feels good. You feel light afterwards, but full. Like it's got to be a big salad though. Like I got to trick my stomach into thinking I'm full, but in reality, it's just crunchy water.
Oh,
And
well, I
dressing.
like stuff in my salad.
No dressing. No,
No?
I never do dressing on my salad.
What?
Never. I always go in dry.
Hey.
No, I don't.
That's-
You gotta spit on that thing. No,
Yeah, that's right.
That was a TikTok.
Absolutely.
No, but
Or lick
some
it.
people get that reference.
Lick it and get it wet.
What?
Huh?
No, yeah, no,
Make
I
her
never
come.
ever put dressing on my salad.
You don't
ever.
like to get it wet.
Never. I always eat it just the lettuce and all the stuff on
Is that
it.
serial
You don't
killer-ish?
need it. You really
Yeah.
don't need it. You don't need the dressing. Because
I
all the
love
fat and calories
dressing.
in the dressing.
Yeah. Boom, boom,
I
boom,
don't
boom,
think.
boom.
I think if you're eating salads every day, you can go ahead and have some dressing.
Nope.
Yeah.
No, not me.
Well, not for
We're
everyone.
not like dairy
Not for
ones,
you.
but what about a little bit of olive oil and salt?
That's nice.
Yeah, that's
Nice.
nice. Light. Nice little dash of
Nice.
balsamic.
Boom.
There's a green goddess at Salus Fresh
Yes.
Foods. You ever get Salus Fresh Foods?
No.
Oh, you're missing out. They have great boxes.
Okay.
You get broccoli, sweet potato, quinoa, pomegranate.
And if you order using code Discipline Stoner,
Yes, exactly.
I know.
You need to set that up. Okay, that's sick. That's very exciting.
Well, good
it's
for you.
It's good to get your body
Congratulations.
back on track.
It's been so nice. I
Yeah.
remember
my mental and physical. Sorry to interrupt you. My mental and physical is back on track.
I feel like
Yep.
it potentially,
Congrats.
like after the last podcast, we were chatting and you were like, I'm gonna like this is my I'm
Did I say that?
Yeah, you're like I'm gonna get this year now, and I was
Yeah.
like, I remember you being like, I'm gonna get in the best shape of my life. I actually have the text message, and I wrote you back, and I said,
Oh, shit,
okay,
okay.
me. I said, okay, me too.
Okay.
But I have not. I have not
Okay.
played
I'm glad
my
we
part.
did the last one. I mean, it was meant to be because it was meant to be, and it couldn't have happened any other way.
Yeah.
But that's why I'm glad I'm back doing this, which is totally a last minute thing, by the way.
I
Yeah.
agree. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. But I'm glad that now I feel like now I'm representing myself.
I love
Now I'm representing myself. Back then, that was like that was
Interesting that you don't care what other people think anymore.
not anymore, not anymore. But like during that time, I definitely did.
Yeah.
I did. Yeah. But that was the tail. What you guys saw in that last podcast was the tail end of like 3 very hard years for me. That's what it was. It was the tail end of it. And now I'm fucking
It was
back.
like almost like you were on the ascent, like you were just about there.
It was like it was
Because I don't
like
think you would have done it if you were in a really bad place.
yeah, no, I just things were just kind of meh. And now things are going really, really, really well. Like I'm manifesting a lot of things, some which are a little spicy that, the universe is testing me.
Yeah.
That you guys know about, that
That's
we talked about
nice.
off camera. But,
Congratulations, I always say. And Bashar says that too, by the way. It's funny you should bring that up. That's who I got that from.
yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, I'm a lot of good things are happening. Some things that traditionally we might label as not good are also happening, but at the end of the day, it's all good. It's just how
All
we label
good.
it. Like Shakespeare said, nothing is either good nor bad, only thinking makes it so, and that's true. It's simply what we label it as, because it's like the story of the Chinese farmer. I think I even told this in the last podcast, but the story of the Chinese farmer. I won't
Love
go through it
that.
again, but
Yeah.
look that up. It's a great story, and the concept is everything is maybe. Like I drop this glass and it breaks. Some people might say, oh my God, you broke a nice glass. Like, that's bad luck or something. You might say, well, maybe. But then it turns out that there was like poison water in the glass,
Yeah,
and
exactly.
now you didn't have to drink it. It's like, oh, that's good luck. Well, it's like, well, maybe. And you never know what the outcome of any event is. It doesn't matter what it is. Like, my perfect example that
you can't see the end.
I talk about this all the time, but is probably in the last podcast too, is the woman who started MAD, Mothers Against Drunk Driving. Her daughter, this is my favorite thing to talk about when it comes to this topic, is her daughter was killed by a drunk driver, which in the moment was labeled as the worst possible thing you could imagine. But what came of it was a beautiful thing, because now how many lives have been saved because of MAD?
Yeah.
So can you actually label that as bad? Yeah, the event was very sad, definitely, but I bet you if you asked that woman, would you change anything? She would say no.
Yeah.
I bet you she'd say, I miss my daughter, but I'm glad that I had the opportunity to found something that saved hundreds of thousands of lives. I guarantee you she would say that.
I hope that we can all get to a place where when transition happens of the human life back into spirit or whatever happens, that we can believe it as a soul contract that is finished.
Fulfilled, yeah.
That is fulfilled. And death is such a fucking crazy huge topic, but in North America, I think we've stopped talking about it, and we've villainized death. Like, holy shit, don't do that. That's
Yeah.
why aging.
Well, people are afraid of the unknown, and death is the ultimate unknown, because there have been people that claim they've come back and stuff, but every single person that comes back from the other side, or that claims to, always consistently from the beginning of time says the same thing. It was the greatest release. It felt amazing. It felt nothing but love. I felt like relief, and I felt like everything was just great, and I felt this overwhelming sense of love. Everybody says that. That can't be a coincidence.
Yeah.
From the beginning of time, people have been saying
100%.
that.
It's very
So,
true.
you
And
know,
also from the human perspective, is like death can bring you great perspective. Like I realized that.
Kevin Smith, he had that heart attack.
Oh yeah, or
Remember
even
that?
if
Like
you
he
just-
almost died, and then he
if-
just is like, nothing bothers me anymore.
And
He's like, I
that's-
don't let anything bother me because I almost died 6 years ago of a heart attack.
Yeah.
Kevin Smith lost. Remember Kevin Smith, like Jay and Silent Bob?
Yeah.
He was Jay, I believe, and he was super obese. Like he was fat. And
No,
then he had a
was
heart.
Kevin Smith.
Yeah.
Is Silent Bob.
Oh, he was Silent Bob. My bad. My
Yeah.
bad. I haven't seen the movie in a while. And yeah, he had a severe heart attack, and like all this stuff was clogged in his heart, and he actually very close came to death. And I just saw TikTok of the other day. He's just like the chillest. He's just like, nothing bothers
He
me.
smokes a lot of weed now.
He's
eh?
like I don't want to bother myself with anything because I almost died, and it could happen again at any moment, and I'm not going to waste my time
And that's when
being
you-
upset about anything.
That's when you have that experience firsthand. You know, that's
Yeah.
you see people who have had that incredible experience firsthand. Even if you're right now mad at a family member and they send you a text message that implies they might do suicide or something, and then you just ask yourself the question, this happened today. If you just ask
I was going to
yourself,
say
I
that's
know,
very
I'm like-
specific. That's very specific.
but you ask yourself the question, even if you are feeling hurt from talking to this person or whatnot right now, if they weren't here, you'd want to. So even in perspective, you could like use the idea of it's so powerful because then you will reach out and then most likely something good will come from that.
And if you like also just want to continue that and say that if you think
have to
about
update me
them
about
as
that after.
dead and you don't feel guilt or any type of anything, you actually maybe feel relief,
Yeah.
then that's okay
That's
too.
okay, too.
You know, you don't.
Well,
Exactly. Let it guide
this
you.
this is why you need to die before you die.
You either get
because
there
you
or you
don't
don't.
need to get to the point like a Kevin Smith where you literally almost die, or someone that actually dies and comes back to have a new perspective.
Yeah.
You can die before you die, and to your ego, to all the negative emotions and things, and come back refreshed. And you could do it at any moment. That's the thing. You both helped me with this. I'll never forget. You told me something. I think it was the night of my birthday. Do you remember the night I had a panic attack?
At our place?
I've only
Yeah.
ever had 2 panic attacks in my whole life. I won't say why, but the second time, it was the night of my birthday. And you said something to me I don't know why it hit me so profoundly, but ever since then, I never forgot it. You've told me a couple gems.
Winnie got some bangers.
But the one you told me was, I remember there was something that happened, and I saw a bunch of people together that really disturbed me from my life. And it was like, why are these people together? Like, my mind couldn't comprehend it. Like, people that didn't like me with people that used to be in my life. And it was a long story. But all that matters is, I said, geez, I wish I was there to tell them that I forgive them. And you just looked at me, and you just said, you can forgive them right now. And it was like my mind was like, whoa.
felt that in your chest.
I can just do that now.
Yep.
It's literally like the Buddha talks about holding a hot coal. You can literally just,
let it go.
and people don't realize you can do that. They hold on to that hot coal and they're like, nah, fuck you. Like, fuck you, hot coal. But
I'm right.
But
I'm right.
But you're only hurting yourself.
Oh my
And
God.
it's so, this is, everybody always say, you're holding a grudge, you're only hurting yourself. But like, it's so true, man. If you
Yeah.
just let it go. Because you're only, like the Buddha talks about, if you're hurt by an arrow, like thinking about the fact that you got hurt by an arrow is like getting hurt by another arrow and another arrow, and it just keeps
You keep
happening because you
stabbing
just keep
yourself.
thinking about it.
Yeah.
Like, let the hurt happen once.
Yeah.
Accept
And
it.
let that offense go. Even Christ talks about this. He said offenses will come. He didn't say they might come. Christ said offenses will come. So deal with that fact, because just accept that they're going to come and learn to let go.
Yeah.
Jesus
That's
was
the only way to
and-
happen.
Jesus was
And-
a sport coach.
I'd like to add with that like when you first start practicing this, it's like really, really hard. It's like when you first start going to the gym.
Oh, yeah. You're talking
Like-
about letting go?
Yeah.
Oh, that's one of the hardest things you can do as a human being.
Yeah.
Is for someone to harm you.
You have to look away.
Physically or mentally. And actually let it go.
So
Many times are we're like, oh yeah, I let it go. But
Yeah,
at the
I
end of
let
the
it
day, at the end of the day, you're like, nah, fuck you. I hope you still die in
Full
your
of
heart.
shit.
Yeah.
In your heart. But you know, on the outside, you're like, well, you know what? Just peace. I just wish you the best. But in reality, you're still holding on to that resentment.
So I've been practicing this with strangers.
You and I are like that all the time.
I've been practicing this with strangers because for some reason strangers offend me sometimes. Like it's absolutely insane, but it's
live
true.
rent-free in our head.
So I've been practicing this and it's taken me like a year, but I'm really making progress. Like I'll feel that ping and I'll be like, cool, I'm just gonna keep moving this way, you know? And like I'll I'll
Bless
stay,
them.
Yeah, for sure.
Bless them. Anyone that pisses you off,
Yeah.
accept as your master teacher in that moment. That's your teacher.
Yeah.
The person who like is living rent free in your head or gets you a
Practice
little sting
practice
or,
with strangers. When you get
Gotcha.
cut off in traffic next time
bless you.
and you want to be like
I gave you
fucking
that.
idiot.
I gave you that.
Even if you don't want to honk or anything, you just want to be like, what a loser. Just don't do it.
Don't say
Just
that out loud.
Absolutely don't do it.
So I become
it's
hyper
hard.
aware that whatever you impress on the world, you're impressing on your subconscious. Just from a perspective of like, what is it like to be here? So no matter who it is, no matter if you're right, if you take the time out of your day, because remember, the universe is just always saying yes. It's like whatever you say, whatever you say, whatever you say. If you focus on something like that you really like, okay, then it will help magnetize and bring that into you. If you pursue your dreams, you'll have people come and help you, and you will go even further, faster. But if you just talk shit about people, you're actually just putting negativity into your own atmosphere, and the universe is saying, yes, okay. So every time you say that fucking idiot, the universe was, oh, you got another fucking idiot right on his tail, like right on your way, like because you're ordering, and this is the unlimited buffet, and it's all free.
It's like the dating world. Like I have to be very careful about my language because I always default to saying to people, God, dating sucks. But I immediately stop myself and I go, no. I catch myself
Have
now. I
fun.
say, no, dating does not suck. Dating is great, and my person's on the way, and I'm full of love, and my experience is ready. Like I immediately undo what I just said because if you say things like dating sucks or there's no, you know, I only meet the crazies or you know this and that. Well, guess what? The universe goes more of that, more of that. So whatever you say. More of that. Just that's a message to all of you out there. Anything you say, anything. It doesn't matter whether you frame it as good or bad or you want it or you don't want it. Whatever the words are, you get more of that. That's all you got to know. Just remember those words. More of that. So if you're saying, I wish I wish I wasn't broke, and I wish that I could get more money, and I wish I could get this. I wish I could. What you're doing is you're reaffirming that you don't have those things. The universe hears, she doesn't have money. He doesn't have money.
Yes.
More of that. More of that. And that's all that it is.
Yeah.
As opposed to, money's on my way. I welcome unexpected and increasing amounts of money coming into my experience at any moment, and truly feel that. Don't just say the words, truly feel it.
But say the words even if you don't believe it first. It's better just to say the words. It's better just to say an affirmation.
Then nothing.
I mean, I agree with that to a certain extent, but I'm like such a feeler. Like I won't say something that I can't.
Try to feel it.
Like I've never
like
jumped on I'm a millionaire, let's say, just because that feels so far for me that I'm like I'm almost kidding myself.
Well,
but like something like money comes to me in
closer than I think it
abundance
is.
is something that I can really get on board with.
Or I live a millionaire lifestyle.
Yeah, definitely.
Like
See, I was thinking about this today, and
believable things.
I'm an empath, and that is my greatest gift, and it's also my greatest curse, because I feel everything much deeper than the average person. And I always wondered why I was different than other people. And anyone out there that's an empath, you know exactly what I'm talking about. I always wondered why I'm more passionate about things. And if somebody is hurting around me, I absorb that and I can feel their pain. Like that's why it's hard for me to, like, I like being that friend that listens, but at the same time, I can feel their pain. But again, that's my greatest gift because
you can also feel the boost.
It's what makes me passionate about things. That's why I'm a successful creator, because I was passionate about content creation and I went all in on it. But the opposite's true too. Like if something quote unquote negative happens, it's really easy for me to feel those negative emotions. It's very easy for me to just feel them like deeply.
Yeah.
And it's
You're an
super
extreme
hard.
dude.
Yeah, it's super hard for me to, only keep this side and not keep that side. It's a double-edged sword.
I get that.
But I
understand
also
that.
think there's something to be said for being able to hold, but like both. There's
Yeah.
and like the idea of non-duality where you feel someone's pain and you feel someone's joy, and it is all divine.
I feel like everybody has the
It
ability
feels like
to
it's
be
more
an empath.
exhausting though when it's pain.
Of course it is.
Yeah.
Of course it is. It's heavier. It's just a lower vibration frequency. The lighter your density, the easier time your actual physical body has. The talk we were getting into earlier with the dimensions, the multi-dimensional experience of beings coming through, we exist on many, like this would be the 3D, and then like, I guess 4D is time, but like as the more it goes up, you are a being of many, many dimensions. And like all of these energies are connected and they're playing out on different planes. Do you hear that?
I do.
Yeah, it's a little ghost that we get in the studio.
Yeah?
Yeah, it just comes and goes.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah, it is. Have you ever seen a ghost?
No.
Have you ever felt a ghost?
I don't think so. I can tell you this, I have felt extremely dark energy.
From people or in a dark
one
alley?
one specific event that I would not recommend anyone ever do. I went to the Museum of Death in Los Angeles.
Oh no, didn't we go together?
We might have.
That was us and we left.
I went to this
We
place called
left
the Museum of Death, and I went with a few of. There was like 3 or 4 or 5 of us. I can't remember, but in any event, you might have been there. And in this place, it was a museum
On Santa Monica, right?
I don't remember.
In Hollywood.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
But it was full of memorabilia from
Holocaust.
real murderers. So there was like one, like a straight jacket from a guy that was fried in an electric chair. There was
I was with
bunk
you.
beds from one of those like cult leaders that made everyone drink the Kool-Aid and they all died. There was like a really famous example. I can't remember which one, but
The
bunch of bunk
Manson.
beds, something like that. There was stuff from like him. There was like murder weapons and stuff. And I'm telling you, the moment I walked through the doors, I didn't feel well. Like there was the
I
darkest,
remember it.
heaviest energy.
Remember the lady?
And by the
Remember
time,
the lady who worked there?
No.
The creepy little
But
blonde lady who
by
didn't
the
want to
time,
let us leave?
But by the time I left,
She didn't want to let us leave.
by the time I left, I felt so physically ill. I had to walk away from my friends and say, "Guys, I need a minute." Like, there's dark energy.
I think I dipped.
It was too much.
I walked alone. I went off on my own.
I would not recommend anybody
Yeah,
do that.
that-
Even if you're into the macabre and all that, I'm telling you, like it does. You don't feel well.
I don't think that we're going to globally raise our vibration by investigating and watching and being obsessed with murder culture.
Yeah.
Dude,
and look
there
at
are-
Netflix.
There are people that are fascinated and obsessed with people that are murderers. Like people that are serial killers they get letters in jail from women.
Yeah.
Like
It's fucked.
yeah, they're like I want to be with you, like all this stuff, like I want to talk to you, like
Yeah.
it's really
I get the fascination, I guess, because you look at someone and you're like, how could you ever do that? And you'd want to investigate.
Yeah.
But just like, you don't need to know how, like you don't want to murder people. So just like, forget about it, Yeah, maybe. Maybe you were a murderer. Do you believe in multiple like human lives? Like, do you think you've been here before?
Reincarnation.
I do actually. In recent years, I've really started to think about it. I do think that when we die, we then rejoin universal consciousness, aka God. And I think that when we join that, we then have the ability to be like, okay, now that you're back home, you've woken up from the dream, aka this.
The game.
What do you want to do? What do you want to do? Do you want to go have fun again? Do you want to go back into the game? Do you want to go back to sleep? And you can be anything you want. You can be a YouTuber that's a single child that, is living a very strange life that a lot of people don't live. because the last time you were just Joe Schmo that worked at a factory for 45 years and had a family, and like now you're going to do the exact opposite. You're going to be a single YouTuber for a good chunk of your life, and you're going to make money, and you're going to meet amazing people, and you're going to do the opposite. And then when you die again, what do you want to do now? You want to be a bird?
Yeah.
Like, what do you want to do?
Do you think there's options to be like the aliens and stuff and like other?
I don't know about
beings
that.
and-
I don't know about that.
You
But
don't think they're part of consciousness when they die, or do they never die?
I
Who
think
knows?
everything is part of consciousness. So everything that's anywhere is a part of consciousness.
Okay, then I think you'd be allowed to.
There
be
is nothing
in
that's a
a
part of
movie.
consciousness. Yeah. So using that logic, yes, you could become an alien. Yeah.
I think I was Sharon Tate in the '60s.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Pretty
Sure.
sure I got murdered,
Murder.
and my baby was inside me, and that's why I don't want to have kids now too.
Oh. Okay. Well. That's something.
Do you want to have babies?
Yeah. I already know I have a feeling at least that I'll be, my person is going to be younger than me, but not younger than 30. Reason being
You
is
heard
just,
it here.
it's just too much of a different world.
Yeah,
Like
I
somebody
agree.
that's, like even honestly, even 30, like that's like an 8-year age difference. You know, I don't know. There's something about, I don't know if you'd call it maturity or a knowledge of the world. It's not even maturity.
It's experience.
It's more of an understanding of life. That's the only way I can really describe it. Yeah. When you date, like I've dated some younger girls, there's just a lack of understanding of many things.
So many things. I was such a fucking idiot in my 20s. Oh my God.
And you think you knew everything. You thought
I'm
you knew life.
such a cringy asshole in my 20s.
Yep.
I can't believe I even lived through that. That girl is so far from who I am now. It's absolutely insane.
Well, the guy that I was 3 years ago is gone. Literally gone. 100%. Everything.
It's weird
this
how
is,
we shed ourselves.
Yeah. Well, this is what I always tell people. If you knew me pre-2020, you don't know me now.
Yeah.
You really don't know me now.
I agree
you
with
think,
that.
You think you know me because you
yeah.
know my name,
That's
you know my
true.
face, you've met me, you may have even used to be friends with me. But if we haven't talked in 3 years,
Yeah.
you do not know me. And if I saw you, if I saw you on the street and you said hi to me and we haven't talked in a long time, you might have to reintroduce yourself, because what I believe and who I am as a man in everything about me is different. You might as well be talking to a different person.
Beautiful.
And that's not a negative thing at all, by
Well,
the
it
way.
should be like
It's
that.
I went through an evolution, but it's important to know that, if I was one way before, I'm not that way anymore.
Yeah.
So
Everyone has to have a timeline of evolving, and that's a
Yeah.
beautiful thing to accept.
Yeah,
that.
and experience, like you see that over time. I completely agree. Like I am so many different versions of myself now, and
well, this
it's
is going to be
way
the
be-
version
it's
of me until I die. I can
it's
tell.
way better. You're
No,
gonna
that's not
you're gonna
true,
level
bro.
up.
You're
No,
gonna
no,
change
no,
in
no.
another
We'll
fucking-
continue to change,
You're
but
silly to think that.
no. There was 35 years of my life where I was one way, and now there's this way. And yeah, I'll continue to evolve,
You won't go back.
but what I'm
Are
saying
you
is,
saying
there
that
won't
you've
be.
gained consciousness?
Yes.
Yeah, so you've awoken.
That's what I'm
your
saying. There's a
awareness.
way. Yes. Like
A
I'll
light
never go
switch came
back.
on.
Yeah, that's
you
what I'm.
won't
That's
go
what I'm
back
trying to
that
say.
way.
Isn't that so
But
nice to know?
In 3 years,
It's the Wizard of Oz, bro. It's when you pull the curtain back and you see.
You're the creator.
You see the man behind the wizard.
It's you.
It's yeah, sure, yeah, it's you. But you once you see that, there's no going back.
Yeah.
It's like the FedEx symbol, Once you see the arrow in
arrow.
between the E and the X,
What?
you can't unsee it.
Can't
It's the
unsee
same thing. And some people are out there like, what? Yeah, Google it. Google the FedEx sign. There's an arrow pointing that way.
I put it up here.
Yeah, okay. See that? There's an arrow. You see that? You probably never noticed that
It's
before.
so
and also,
clever.
put up the Wendy's logo.
Oh my
which
God.
just appeared on your screen.
Mom.
Look right on her neck. It says mom. It's there psychologically to make you feel like home cooked burgers, and mom cooked it for me.
Wendy's will deny these allegations.
It's not an allegation. It's real.
Look at a burger. It looks like a mom. It's like a 3. It's like bun, meat
I
bun.
love burgers. What's
I
your
love burgers.
favorite?
I love fur burger.
Smash burgers.
Yeah. Remember when we ordered at your place, like from that awesome...
We went crazy. We got brisket.
You know that Shake Shack's in Yonge and Dundas now?
Shake Shack's whatever.
I love
Five Guys is the move.
Five Guys.
If you're gonna go
Burger
into those
Priest.
sort of artisanal sort of
Burger.
thingy, Happy Burger.
Happy Burgers,
you-
though.
Dave's Hot Chicken. If you
Fucking
want to talk
shit.
about like treating yourself,
It
dude.
makes my asshole bleed, though, the next day.
Oh,
So
It doesn't do
Happy
great
Burger.
things for my digestive
Happy
system
Burger
either,
is
Dave's.
the fucking move, bro.
no butthole bleeding.
Burger's Price is good, too.
Okay.
Burger's Priest is good.
What about Gus's Tacos? Have you ever been there? Was that Gus's
No.
Tacos?
Remember, we
Maybe
talked
we'll
about
take
that
you there
last
for
time.
your
I've been-
birthday.
Yeah.
I've been messing with Chipotle.
Tacos.
I might not even be here for my birthday
Why?
because I'm
Great.
going to ascend. No.
To evaporate.
But no, no. I might go
Florence?
on travel somewhere. You know, I recently was seeing somebody and I booked a trip to see them, and that's not a thing anymore. So I canceled the trip, but I still have. I just found out that I have a travel credit. So
Good.
for like $2,200, I lost a little bit of money, but I got like $2,200.
Why do they do that?
And I'm gonna take that money and I'm gonna go somewhere real nice for myself.
Good. Go to Mexico
You
or
can go to
something.
Thailand
chill.
with
Go
that
to
money.
Thailand.
Holy shit.
See
you
the
can go
lady
to
boys.
Japan with that money.
Yeah, you like the lady boys?
No, that's not my style.
Okay.
I talked to them though.
Yeah.
for sure.
They're people too.
Some of them are shockingly beautiful.
Oh, absolutely.
Good Lord.
Absolutely.
That's why Thailand is dangerous.
dangerous. You can get
Yeah,
too
some of 'em,
drunk and
whew.
accidentally.
I taught for 4 months. I taught Taiwanese. Is that how you?
Taiwanese.
Well, there's
Taiwanese?
Taiwanese from Taiwan.
No, not that.
And there's
Taiwan.
Thai from Thailand.
Just Thai. Simply
I
Thai.
said Taiwan like a redneck. Taiwan. Tawanica. Shout out Taiwanese people.
Okay, this lady, Thai lady, her name
Thai
is
lady.
Diamond. She's amazing. She lives on the ocean. She has a giant house because she's a widow.
We love
and
you,
she
Diamond.
invited me to stay with her.
And we will.
Whoa.
And we
And-
will.
Yeah, and you.
Hear that? She said she invited me to stay with her. I said, and we will.
I met a Filipino girl that lives in my building. Her name's God, what the hell's her name? D something. I forget her name now, but anyway, Divine.
Ah.
I haven't talked to her in a long time.
Divine.
Diamond.
Divine and Diamond.
Divine.
A Divine Diamond.
Yeah.
Oh, I love these names. These are fun.
Mm-hmm.
Where was the best place you can remember eating food in your life? Like
Ever?
ever. Like, what's the best meal you've ever had besides what I've
Oh,
cooked?
I don't know, man.
Obviously, it's something I've cooked. It's the top.
Um,
Remember the filet mignon at your place on Vine? I was getting nice filet mignon from the place across the street.
I don't know, man. I've eaten many
No,
places
you
in my
eat
life.
crazy. What's the most craziest you've had in terms of a great meal?
I mean,
Remember that place we went with Huda?
Huda.
Huda. Remember it was Ryan Gosling's place?
No.
She was like, you gotta try these carrots.
I do remember that.
Boobs.
Boobs. The place that we had the fried chicken at the Grove.
We talked about
That
that.
God, that place is.
So
I still
good.
think about that place. That
The chicken's so clean.
God, that chicken was so good.
But the breading was so
It was the best.
legendary.
It was a small little hole in the wall.
I love that.
And it was probably the best tenders I've ever had in my life.
It's
God,
in
they
the-
were so
and
good.
it's in the old Grove. So it's like it's in
It's in the farmer's market.
Yeah,
Like
the
I
farmer's
beside
market.
love the farmer's market.
Clucks or something. No, I can't remember the name of it.
something big clucks. Yeah, so you like fried chicken and the classics. We went remember we went to the CN Tower? That was pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, food is great. Food. I like the things that connect people. You know, from these past couple of years of the polarization, wherever the chips may fall, I realized the things that stand true, and that's fucking food and like music and like the shit people can like share moment and connection on. You know, also are nurturing. Either nurture your spirit or your body or your mind, or hopefully all three.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's the good shit, you know? I know I'm definitely here as a soul on Earth to learn stuff through the lens of expressing like that.
Yeah.
How has it been to get your hands back in the clay of creating? Because you took a while off, and now you're like back in it.
Took a year and a half off to get my head right because the world was ending. And then
a lot of people did.
Yeah, and now, you know, it's been a two-way street. It's been the physical and the mental. So the physical's back in check. I run every day. I go to the gym every day. And
you
now
read all the time?
No, I don't really read too much right now, just because I'm really focused on the content creation. But yeah, today actually I hired
read like 30 books this year, right?
No, not that many. But I hired 2 writers and an editor, and they're all my friends. I used to actually work with these guys. And yeah, they're just helping me out. Guys that I trust, that they're smart.
Oh yeah,
nice
that's
guys.
what I wanted to say. Off the top, we were talking about like the hustle and how you're kind of like back on it, but you're working smarter. And yeah, like you hiring people to help you seems like a really sustainable move.
Yeah.
Like it's an actual like, oh, I could do this for a long period of time without getting insane burnout like that you got.
Yeah.
Which
well,
you obviously did.
What I'm going to do is going to be a toned down version of when you lived with me in LA.
Yeah.
I would never do that again
You're
because
killing
that
it.
was just
Too much.
insane.
You were doing the same amount of work as me, and I was setting a world record.
I was uploading, I think, every single day.
Yeah.
Like I had multiple people writing for me, multiple editors. Like I was uploading Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and it was just way too much.
And you lit those videos with these lights.
Probably, yeah. But I'm going to start uploading Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Very doable. Less than half the week. And, you know, I think that the extra time I have that I'm not uploading, and I'm not even editing. That's the thing. I'm not writing. I'm not editing. So, you know, I already know my personality. It is extreme in that regard. So when I start doing that, I already know I'm going to be like, okay, let's add a 4th video and then a 5th video because I'm going to see the income rise.
Because
I'm
it's
going to
fun.
be like, but I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to stick with the 3. I'm going to keep doing my Twitch thing, and focusing on my physical health. Like that takes up a lot of time.
So much
like
time.
Running, I run an hour a day, and then I go to the gym for maybe like 20, 30 minutes. You know. So yeah, there's social things too that I'm trying to get better at and do
You have
things.
to.
So.
It's nice to be out there. It's nice to go out and do things with people. Winnie was sick for a couple days this past week, and I found myself you can't really do much for someone who just needs to sleep it off. Like make sure they got lots of liquids around, and like I found myself going out and just like seeing people when out, and that was just so rewarding. You know, I always hit you up like random, like middle of the day. You're often locked in doing something, but I find that to be so rewarding too. And sometimes you submerge yourself. You go to events though. You go to like
Netflix or
Netflix
you know, whenever
things.
someone invites me out, I go out for sure.
But sometimes just going out with no exact intention is fun too.
Yeah, I'm definitely more picky about the things that I go to now though.
Yeah.
Like it's got to be worth my time.
Event wise.
Yeah, event wise, or like even if someone asks me out, I'm like like okay, maybe, depending. Like I don't know how I feel. Like, what are you offering? What are we doing? You know, we eating? Who's paying? What are we doing here?
That's nice.
Hit me with the
That's
details.
fine to have some clarity off the top.
I dig that.
Well, one thing that, anyway.
Yeah, it's good to steer.
I was just going to, the dating thing I was going to talk about, but I don't feel like talking about that.
Dating's
that's weird.
That's a fucking thing, though.
No. Dating's, it is weird, not saying that in a negative way, but dating has definitely changed since the pandemic. I can tell you that.
Oh,
people are weird as hell now.
Yeah.
Like, it's weird. It's very odd out there.
It changed all of us.
Yeah. I feel like it made people. It made it way harder to connect with people. Way harder to connect with people.
Okay, bro. Do you want to see my impression of one of these girls on one of these apps? Where do I want to go for dinner tonight?
Sadly, I've been through that.
That's not untrue. When you look at how dating has been gamified through the lens of animation and playing on our addiction to these screens, it's not real. And both sides are somewhat playing into it. I think the men are being taken here in this situation, even though the women are being leveraged as the objects that they always
I can tell you my
hunted
scenario.
for.
I can tell you mine.
So men play into it because at the end of the day, everything is an exchange and everything is sex in the universe, and time spent is time spent. And whether you're out with a friend or an intimate partner, you know, there's some sort of energy exchange. So, but it's a weird thing to capitalize on the classic chivalry of men pay for the first date because, bitch, if this is speed dating, we're going fucking Dutch.
Yeah, well, I mean, for me, I've definitely been taken advantage of multiple times. And it wasn't until I came across a Twitter article and somebody tweeted, like, this girl, some newspaper or something or some thing.
That was me, I wrote
publication posted about this woman who was bragging. They did an article on her, how she didn't eat. She
didn't need
ate
groceries
for free for an entire year off of dating apps. And what she would do is go on dating apps and just pick a random guy and go to dinner with them. And that was her dinner for the night. She'd go for an hour and be like, hey, thanks, bye. And she would just go. You know, and that to me is the scummiest possible type of human being, because you're preying on a man who is genuinely looking for love. And sadly, it does happen to men more than women, because traditionally in society, men ask the woman out and then they pay for the dinner. Are there women who get taken advantage of by men? Definitely. But I can tell you from my experience, it's happened. I can tell you of at least 4 separate times where I know for a fact that this chick, I can tell you one story that's just wild. So I took this one girl out. What's so funny?
That's wild.
There was 3 separate times where I know these girls did this, but there was one time where I went out and it was at a Japanese restaurant here in Toronto, and this girl,
a nice one, or
beautiful girl,
a cheap
yeah,
restaurant.
It was a beautiful black girl, and she, we were doing well. The date was going well, but there was kind of like a disconnect. And then I said, we opened the menus, and I said, just passively, just order whatever you want. And she goes, okay. But she took that literally, and she ordered like enough food for the next like 3 days. She ordered lobster, she ordered steak, she ordered multiple sides, and like she ended up taking like 75% of it home. Her portion of the dinner, her portion was $300.
She brought her roommates food that night.
Yeah, and I was like, and it's happened with it's happened with everybody. It happened with a white girl. It happened with I don't discriminate. I date everybody, but bro, it's happened with multiple girls.
How do you handle that?
It happened with a Filipino girl.
How do you not call it out in the moment? Be like, bitch, I'm not buying your roommates.
Because it's
she
on
can
me.
Just deny it.
No, because it's on me. Because I said order whatever you want. But obviously that doesn't, here's the thing, okay? Here's the thing.
That's a wild.
If a girl asks me out on a date, which has actually happened a couple times in the last month, shockingly, because girls never ask me out. It's usually the
shout out Toronto.
But it happened to me twice, and if I go on a date with a girl,
Toronto got strong feminine vibes.
I am very conservative with what I order, because I know she's paying for it. So, if I'm looking at things on the menu, I'm very likely to choose one of the cheaper things, because I don't want to come off as somebody that's going to take advantage of you on the first date. That's a major red flag. Mm-hmm. What are we doing here?
But they never plan to see you again, so that's why it's so brutal.
Well, that happened like 4 times to me. That's why going forward, there is going to be multiple stages of me getting to know somebody.
Go for a walk in the park
before we even go on a date. And even then, we might not even go for dinner. There's going to be multiple FaceTimes. We're going to chat frequently. I'm going to see if you're somebody that has the ability to text frequently and how quickly you text back, because
you want to know
these are all red flags for me. I can tell you, if it takes you 8 hours to text me back, that whatever that means, it just means you're not into it.
Yeah.
I don't know what to tell you.
That's true. That's fair. I'm sure you've had those experiences. Can I tell you a trippy thing about a new perspective on that? That girl ordering way too much on a casual dates tab to bring steak and lobster home. I was often the kid that my mom I ate that steak. I've been on the good side of men being hustled by women, and my mom
is definitely a hustle.
Is the most sharpshooter motherfucker. And my mom will pull some gangsta shit on men that was just criminal. And I know there's a role out there, but it's like, here's what it is. Here's how they make sense of it in their head, I believe. Well, if this guy can afford to flex on me by taking me to a spot like this on the first date without trying, then I can afford to milk him. And because they look at themselves as impoverished.
Take him to a shawarma spot.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
Not even.
But you can't set yourself up to be stretched like
well,
that. That's what it is.
Going forward, I know how I'm going to approach everything. It's purely
Fights.
FaceTime and texting for like a month before I'm telling you, man, I'm not wasting my time with this stuff anymore.
Bare knuckle
It's very,
boxing.
very expensive. And it's not the expense, it's that I feel used afterwards.
Oh,
there's nothing worse.
fuck.
There's nothing worse than feeling used.
That's true. Or being taken advantage of or taken from. Yeah. That's but because that will fuck up your prosperity flow. So you got to
for sure.
forgive it.
And I
bless them like children, like orphans. You here, have some more, bless them and you just like let them
Well,
go.
that's what I'm going through right now. Like, no details or anything, but I recently went through a situation where I felt I was taken advantage of, and I'm currently trying to get to a point where I'm like, nothing but blessings for this person. I wish you the best. Like, I was hurt. Okay, I wish you the best. Like, I'm currently going through that.
Yeah. Good.
So, but I always get there at the end of the day, and I'll always be okay. And that's the mantra. My mantra for this year has always been easy. That's what I say to the homie all the time. Everything's easy.
He replies
Everything's easy.
in the text.
But also, just like letting go and genuinely wishing people well. That, because I'm just tired of being angry at
Can't
people.
hold grudges, man.
No, I'm just tired. I can't do it anymore. I can't. I did it for so long. I can't do it anymore.
That's good.
There's no hand left. It's been burned off from the coal. Like, I physically can't hold that shit anymore. Like, it's just not. It's not worth my time. I don't like the way I feel.
You know what
like,
helps with emotions? Eating bread.
Fresh bread's great.
Fresh bread. Favorite type of bread?
Just fresh bread with butter, just plain.
Which type of bread?
I don't even care.
Calabrese buns.
Sure.
I love any bread too, but I actually don't fuck too much with white bread.
Yeah.
Besides sourdough.
What's the one that we really like that's like yellow?
Rudolph.
No. Brioche.
Oh,
Brioche buns.
buns.
With some butter. Oh man, that's good. My biscuit brother.
I've been having a craving for peanut butter and jelly the last 3 days.
Oh my
I've
god,
been
it's so good.
It's so good. It's so good.
Peanut butter
Okay.
and toast every night I eat.
Crunchy or smooth?
Both.
Smooth.
I'm a crunchy guy.
I love
Ooh.
crunchy.
I'm a
but he's
crunchy
a smooth
with
guy.
jelly or jam.
Jelly.
Jam.
I'm a jam guy.
Yeah.
I know it's peanut butter and jelly, but I prefer crunchy peanut butter and jam.
I could fuck with that. I'm down with crunchy.
I'll do
prefer
raspberry jam, but not strawberry jam. I don't know why.
But it can't be like big chunks of fruit
No,
in it.
I
It's got to
can't
be
be.
smooth to spread.
Yeah.
So I
you
think
know,
I actually
sometimes they
like
leave the
jam.
big fucking
Yeah.
whole strawberry in there.
President's
It's like,
Choice has that. They have like or
Chop it up,
whatever
bitch.
it's called.
Yeah.
They have like the big like extra fruit things, and like you
Chop
can
it up.
pull like
Blech.
full strawberries
I
out of
hate
them.
it.
Like,
It
nah.
doesn't. No.
Yeah. Make it mush for me.
Make mush.
Make it mush.
Make
Mamush.
mush.
Mamushka.
now I want one of
Make
those,
mushka. So we'll do that. We'll get some crunchy peanut butter and some jelly jam. That'll be on your rider.
Yeah, cruising.
Cruizin, buddy. Did you see Pauly Shore followed me?
Yeah.
Shout out Pauly Shore, buddy. Cruizin.
Cruising.
All right, I'll put this on Twitter and shout out Pauly.
Yeah. Pauly at Matthew Santoro. Love your stuff.
Come on.
Hit me in the DMs.
That's
Let's
the
hang
homie.
Out. Let's hang out
Cruising,
sometime, buddy.
Pauly, come on the show, buddy.
I'm
Cruisin'.
also interested in hanging out with you.
Yeah, Pauly, we got a bunch of fans up here in Canada, buddy.
You got to come on digitally, buddy.
We'll make you a song. We'll smoke some weed, buddy.
We'll come to
Cruising.
LA if that's what it takes.
Yeah, Matt, we'll come. We'll vlog the whole thing, bro. We'll make it a cool fucking
Cruisin'.
okay, dudes.
Cruising, buddy.
So nice. Can you say how fucking cute your cats are? Especially start with
Yeah.
Ned.
Ned and Sansa are very special. to
Shut
me.
up, Ned's face.
Yeah, there'll be 5 this year, man. That's
Oh my
crazy. Yeah, I know.
goodness.
Got him in LA.
Olive is
Yeah,
already one
got
next
them in LA.
month.
Hmm?
Olive is already one next month. Wow.
She got huge.
I know.
She's thick. Yeah, she's chubby. She's
She is.
floof for sure.
very-
Chonk.
Very so cute.
She's a chonk.
Yeah.
Sweet.
She's the chillest though. Like when she was
likes
over,
it.
like Sansa was hissing at her, and she's just like,
She loves Uncle
"What are you gonna
Matt.
do?"
Olive already lived at your
Sansa,
place.
Sansa's like a little fireball. Like she's so petite and thin.
Yeah.
And like little
know.
bolt of lightning.
I want her to love me so bad, but I've just never been able to establish any type of relationship with Sansa.
Yeah, I'm her dad though. She's very special to me.
Like, anytime we've taken care of them and, like, I go over, I'm like, please. Just
I know,
come
I
out,
know.
please.
She's so sweet though. But she's got that orange cat energy
She just loves
though.
her dad. I
Orange
know,
cat
there's-
energy is a real thing.
They're nuts.
Oh yeah.
They're nuts.
Yeah. Did they wake you up? No, you wake up at 5 a.m.
Are you in the
I've
5
been
a.m. club?
Yeah, I've been waking up.
Speaking of
I
which,
wake up and I usually go to bed at like 9.
I've been
I think we might be holding you past your beddy.
No, you're okay. I am getting a little lightheaded though, so we might have to fucking
Yeah.
wrap it up soon.
It has been a wonderful conversation.
Yeah.
This has been beautiful. You came back with bars, bro.
Yeah,
I'm not like I've been around the block and I've read a lot of books from various authors on spirituality, and I follow a lot of that stuff, and I do all the research, and once in a while I'll come across a gem. I like to drop those whenever I can, just to let people know that this is all just, we're all just playing a game. It's just a dream. And all the problems and all the vicissitudes of life that come through, at the end of the day, it's all for your benefit.
This is the two.
And you're gonna wake up one day and you're gonna be reunited with source consciousness, and you're gonna be like, wow, that was fun. That was fun.
Reunited, and it feels so good.
Could you be the most beautiful girl in the world?
Go, Matt.
I didn't know you could
I
sing.
love Prince. No,
Yeah,
I
he
can't.
can
I don't know
tell-
what that was.
You
That
do.
was pretty
That was
good.
beautiful. That's gonna be the clip
I love
for
that
this.
song. That's such a beautiful song. I love that song by Prince.
Do you know Prince had a bed in his studio for having sex?
That makes sense.
He kept
He was
the-
very effeminate.
Sacral chakra energy strong,
Very feminine.
but also he had a motherfucking deep voice.
Yes.
In person, he was like a deep voice. And then he's like, ah. Dude, thank you for joining us again.
Yeah, this was so fun.
Thanks for having me.
Reunited. Bless. Thank you.
Bless.
And it feels so Zen! Cruizin!
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, let's do a meditation cruise for 5 days with Pauly Shore and us.
I can't wait till our next episode. I feel like
Me
something
too.
cool is gonna happen.
Something cool is going to happen
I
soon.
genuinely, when I'm on the next episode, I'll definitely have met my person by then, because I can tell you that the way things are moving for me, things are amplifying and
Yeah.
moving a lot
Momentum,
faster for me.
yeah.
Like I just met someone that didn't work out, but
Stella
literally
got her groove back.
Yeah, but literally, like a little while ago, somebody slid into my DMs that's been a long-time friend of mine, and they were like, let's go for lunch or dinner or something. And I don't know what that's going to turn into. It could just be a lunch or a dinner, but, my
Could
point
be
is
your
it's a
new
woman.
wife.
And, that's happening. I'm getting more... How
Winks.
am I
More
supposed to-
symbols.
I'm trying-
More symbols
hold on,
from
hold on.
your
I'm trying to
reality.
word this right. I'm getting more feminine... Like, I can feel the feminine divine. The divine feminine is coming into my life more. Way more.
You're attracting it.
Yeah,
Way more.
You're increasing
You're
it.
ready.
You're increasing your vibration in that direction, so
Yeah.
it's reflecting that in your reality.
It's pretty amazing that
Wonderful.
you just had to get to a place where you are now, which is not giving a fuck about what other people
Don't
think.
give a fuck.
To be in a relationship, you have to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just, and we'll leave it on but I got to a point, and I'm at this point where I know exactly who I am. I know exactly what I offer the world, myself, and my potential partner. And I'm excited to fulfill that and continue to fulfill that.
Yeah.
My purpose.
So fun.
Bars.
You get to live so much more life.
Bars. Yo, bless. This is
is
fun.
episode 199.
Something
Nice.
special is happening. Something special is brewing. I'm excited to uncover it with you guys and you guys. And yeah,
And
bless.
Pauly Shore, buddy.
Yeah, let's cruise, buddy. Let's continue on this journey together, buddy, and be happy. Any closing words outside of that, bro?
Keep fit and have fun. Body break.
Body break. Millennial kids will know.
If you know, you know.
And be good. Thank you.
Cheers, buddy.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. I never say subscribe anymore because of the last time that you were on.
It doesn't do anything. It doesn't. If people are gonna subscribe, they're gonna subscribe. It doesn't. Saying it doesn't do anything.
Yeah.
It's especially annoying when people say at the beginning of a video.
Yeah.
It's like, why? You haven't said anything yet. It's like walking in. It's like a car dealer walking up to you being like, buy this car. It's like, I haven't even seen the car. Buy
A
it.
stigma. Only to uncover so much love that we realized that you can't put your energy anywhere but what you want. And what we want is authentic conversation. What we want is quality medicine. What we enjoy is each other.
We get to learn from our guests. Manage the best. I would manifest this.
Part of the magic of the plant is how it uncovers what you've been hiding away.
So much love.
Look deeper. Feel more. Tune in.
So much love. Look deeper.
We're not here to be lazy.
Welcome to Disciplined Stoners.
We're not here to distract ourselves.
The gateway drug to mindfulness.
We're here to learn. We're here to grow.